One more sip of one more. One soars away to get back. Wait, I did that by accident. I matched the mugs to the books. Pretty darling, do not cry, do not cry.
Strong.
70 quid. Okay.
Hey guys!
Welcome back to Confetti in a
Cup!
Welcome to Confetti in a Cup. Boys of Tommen edition, part 1. Binding and Keeping 13. Johnny and Shannon.
Oh,
mad spoilers in this, so just
yeah, if you are yet to read these books,
this is not an
don't
introduction to the books. This is a debrief.
Of
where to start?
what we have in our mugs today.
Let's just say,
sorry to disappoint, but we are lacking the tea.
We're two teenage girls.
We're two teenage girls. I think you can take a guess of what's in our drinks.
Water.
It's not in the back. Don't want to get banned.
Coca-Cola.
hello.
Coca-Cola, hello.
Guys, we also did upload a new video. Where do we start?
In case none of you have heard Boys of Tommen, it's basically a book series of loads of rugby rich people, and then
Just the way I like them.
it's by the author Chloe Walsh. These are my Binding and Keeping 13. So they're annotated as
I read
fuck.
it online,
Yeah.
so I can't annotate mine.
Where we are both at in the series and why this is only Binding and Keeping 13.
On Saving 6.
And I'm on Taming 7.
Just finished. Moving on. Saving 6 and she's on Taming 7. She just finished Redeeming 6 though. Also guys, new top.
We love it.
We are first introduced to Shannon.
Shannon Lynch. We talk about funk.
Funk?
So we need to talk about fan casts for both Shannon and Johnny, as they are the main leads.
Okay.
They are the leads.
Who's
of
the
these
fans for Shannon?
Okay, so there's this girl on TikTok. She's absolutely gorgeous. I think I sent her to you. She like cosplays Shannon.
It's YA, where the rest are something else. I don't know what YA.
I have not a clue what you're on about, babe. What would you do if when you were a kid, so he said yes would go?
Shut.
What would you do if when you're okay, so he said yes would go? I don't know what you mean there, babes.
I will put a video of this Shannon fan cast on the screen. Oh my god, she just looks like Shannon to me. She gives me Shannon vibes.
And then
Put a photo of the Johnny fan cast.
I think we can do better. I don't think it's 100% accurate. For Johnny, Shannon, I think is accurate. I know exactly who you're on about.
Let's just say this book series, it is heartbreaking. You can't go into this book series and think this is going to be the most
Love.
funniest, lovey-dovey book.
It's for sure bits of love,
And fun.
bits of like funny. It does also talk about things like,
It is heartbreaking. There's there's some like strong themes of like TW. Abuse, sexual abuse, substance abuse, like stuff like that. Binding and Keeping 13.
it's more subtle. There's obviously like mad mentions of abuse. End of Binding.
It's really sad.
The end of Binding 13 very sad.
Make a choice,
him,
Mum.
us.
Joey snarled as he glared down at our mother, him or us. And it cuts off. That is Joey talking to his mum, saying like, Mum, you need to pick our dad or us. You need to pick your lover, who's also
Your abuser.
and your abuser, over us kids.
Saw a theory that the reason that Darren was Marie's favourite was because he was the only child of non-race.
Into Johnny and Shannon. The introduction to Johnny and Shannon is obviously like, it's full on, then it like slows down.
He hits her in the head with a ball.
If I was Shannon and I'd just been hit on the head, hot, but go away, your head, and gave me a minor concussion. It had like a slow start, and then it kind of like peaked, and then it kind of went flat for a while, and then it peaked, and then it's at its peak.
It's Coca-Cola.
My hands moved from her waist to her thighs, an automatic reaction to having a female lean towards me. That was Johnny talking about Shannon. He was like passed out on his lap.
Right. Okay. Well, the worst scene in Binding 13.
We're talking about the introduction.
The locker room scene.
We're talking about and the teacher walks in on Johnny and Shannon.
And she's just like,
and her skirt is up.
why is her booty always out?
Yeah, that scene was insane, the teacher walking in. They are absolutely adorable. Like, I love Johnny and Shannon.
Yeah.
Here's my hot take on like characters. Johnny is my dream like type of husband, but Gibbsy is my favourite character. He's become my favourite character after I started reading Taming 7 because I just feel like I feel
The
it
story.
Yeah.
Boy. And the one I'd want to marry is Gibbsy. Love that man down. I loved it. No, I did love him from like the first chapter. When
all my like funny laughing quotes in Binding and Keeping 13 are Gibbsy. When I was innocent, I didn't know Gibbsy's backstory. As soon as you start reading Gibbsy's backstory,
it's like,
you will freaking cry.
I feel like they can.
So Johnny and Shannon have a really slow relationship, but as soon as it's at its peak, it's at its peak.
And then they date. And then 2 weeks later, they're shagging. Like, everyone's like, that's so late into a relationship. Girl.
Shannon kissing Johnny for the first time, and he does nothing.
But, like, was giving realistic.
I see where Johnny's coming from, because that age gap, like, that's something very controversial for everyone. I think Shannon has been put down a year, but also so is Johnny. But their age difference is still the same as, like, Gibbsy and Claire, for example, and everyone loves Gibbsy and Claire, so...
Because Johnny is such, like, a high-profile character.
When everyone thinks of, like, Boys with Tommen, they think Johnny. Like, they don't think Patrick, they don't think
Throwback to
Huey.
Immy's hoodie when I was not reading Boys of Tommen.
Do you want to see my jumper? Binding 13, Johnny Kavanagh.
Yeah, the age gap, that's something controversial. I don't
think it's
see how
bad.
it's
Like... Joey.
Oh my God, yeah.
Love Joey.
And Aoife in these books.
My favourite couple. And I stand on it.
Joey and Aoife are so supportive of Shannon, and I find it so cute. And like, even when Joey and Aoife are going through their bumps, like, Aoife's still caring for Shannon, which I find really cute. The fight scene at Tommen School.
In keeping.
Yeah, in keeping, when Bella Wilkinson absolutely hate that fucking
She
bitch.
stole my name.
Aoife beats up Bella. Like, at first you have no clue why. Spoiler alert, not read Redeeming and Saving 6. Do not watch this. Aoife beats up Bella because of how Paul had cheated on Aoife with Bella Wilkinson in 4th year. Reading Saving 6, Aoife's going, Bella, where have I heard this name from? And then it's like a flashback to Paul saying, like, I slept with Bella. And beats her up. She beats her up and she doesn't stop, even though she is pregnant. Like, that just shows how well thought out all the books are as well. Links through all the books are so good. What annoys us in the book?
His dick and balls, bruh.
Single second, Johnny's penis
Is
mentioned.
talked about.
When he's in his room watching a Bluey, I feel like that scene did not need to be included.
That's
Okay,
natural teenage boy.
no,
like,
I get it's natural, but we can just, like, there's
Move
different
on.
ways around it. He didn't need to go into detail about him wanking over a Bluey and then falling on the floor and having to go to hospital.
I tried to. I couldn't. I moved.
Yeah, there's ways.
I came. I didn't see. I conquered. Was the
But, like, every single chapter, every single sentence.
dick and balls.
Dick and balls.
Dick and balls, 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 dick and balls.
Sigma, Sigma, boy, Sigma. Another thing mentioned in every single second of the
How
book.
small Shannon is.
How she's a
5
small
foot.
bean.
She is 5 foot. I've met girls who were 4'8". When he had to help her onto the stool.
That's so unrealistic. Be fucking for real.
me!
Not that small. You are 5 foot, not 3 foot. You don't need help getting onto a 3 foot stool. Like,
To be fair, Gibbsy did put them all the way to the top, so...
Oh yeah, true. But yeah, you've goes from being a small fucking bean to a woman with mega tits.
Johnny originally was like, I loved boobs. I loved tits.
And
then he dates someone
with no tits.
with bee stings. Like, he moved on from, like, the body mattering. But, I don't know.
The sight of her. Christ, something had happened to my girlfriend at the time we spent apart this summer. When I left for camp, I left Shannon behind in a loose t-shirt and even looser shorts. She was all pale skin and protruding bones. Standing here now, I felt like I'd stepped out of Gibbsy's car and into an alternative fucking universe. Legs, fucking legs, and tits. Christ, she had tits and her ass. She was still
pint-sized. Shut the fuck up. And then the other girls, but holy shit, she was filling out that bikini like a dream. Okay, Johnny.
She did go on birth control and she was eating because she was malnourished. However, that does not mean that you grow 4 inches over a summer.
It is teenage
It's
boy.
very realistic. A lot of people are like, it's not realistic. It's so fucking realistic. Like, apart from D.
Oh my god, that's weird. That's really weird.
It's like a whole half page about how she was into younger men.
Realistic. No secretary at a school is going to be engaging in sexual activities with students. That's beyond fucked up.
Well, it happened at our school pretty much.
Freaked out Shannon was. She was a freak.
My mama, but again. Teddy Lynch.
Absolutely despised Teddy Lynch.
He deserves nothing but hell. Marie, I can't form an opinion on her.
Okay, feel bad for Shannon's mum dying, but I hate Joey's mum, if that makes sense. Forgive Shannon's mum, but I will never forgive Joey's mum.
It's a very common thing to have a slump after you finish like a series kind of thing.
Yeah.
And also, I read Binding and Keeping in like record.
I know. I read them in like a week ago, she hadn't even started reading. A week later, she's read both the books and we are doing a debrief about it. And she knows like all the lore and like everything. Lizzie and Gibbsy.
Their relationship in these books. Don't go deeper.
Lizzie is the most obvious man hater, and what a diva for that. But like, there's a reason behind that.
Yeah. The fuck did Gibbsy do at this point?
Well, not him.
Yeah, but the person who's like him.
No, wait.
Cut this out. Wait. What did he do? Wait, let me pause it.
Gibbsy. No, don't pause it. It's fine. Gibbsy and Lizzie. It was all in the past. Remember?
What happened though?
I don't know. I haven't read it. I'm not spoiling it. But okay, Libsy and Libsy.
Shit name.
Relationship is obviously like clearly like
Bit fucked.
it is fucked.
Underrated in this book, Patrick.
You don't really get to know Patrick. Oh my god. On the topic of Patrick, Johnny and Katie, so cute. Johnny knows that Katie's insecure and he always checks up on her like every single hangout. Biddies.
Biddies.
Yeah, that like I love that relationship. That's so cute. At the end of Keeping, when they went on that camping trip and Lizzie pushed in Gibbsy, I get she hates him, but that's beyond fucked up. You learn more about it in Taming 7, but like what happens to Gibbsy afterwards is sad. She actually did that knowing his past is weird. Like I get she has a hate for him. She's holding a grudge. Pushing him into something that he is frightened of is not okay.
Under the water. Please help me.
What else is there to talk about? That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Love you.